On this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast,
Because of the ska. It's the ska.
the Outlaws have opened the vault of the Gold Tank Reserve.
Y'all had
Stick 'em up.
cleaned out a bunch of the clockwork handlers in this bank and found the bank manager partaking in a
heavy canoodling.
some heavy canoodling. But you got the combination to the vault and one of the keys you needed. So now you guys are breaking into the vault itself. You've opened up the main vault door and there's a secondary locked door. And inside there's 2 clockwork handlers.
And the loot is in their sights.
In the center of the chamber is a steel table welded to the ground with an ornate steel chest the size of a burly dwarf on top.
Ooh.
So basically, it's your classic Payday 2 bank job. You got your steel table with the loot on it, this big old chest, and then deposit boxes.
But the clockwork muscle isn't going down without a fight.
He pulls down a
His
javelin
pants.
from his arm and then shoves it into this auto cannon thingy.
What?
He shoots his pants at you.
It's time to rob this joint.
Boo up.
Go up.
Boo up.
Shutting down.
That's robot for fuck you.
Now.
Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday, dear Dragon.
Podcasts.
Happy birthday to us.
To us.
And no more.
No, many more?
Maybe some more?
Who knows?
Hey, no, the future's crazy.
But yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be released, what, did you say, a day before our 1-year anniversary of our first episode?
I believe this will be released the same week as our first episode was 1 year ago.
Hell yeah.
Can you guys believe?
We're a year old.
Yep. I can
It's
almost legally
insane.
drink.
Can we eat solid food yet?
Not-
Goo goo,
yeah,
gaga.
Wah? Wah?
Can you guys believe we've been doing this for a year?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
I was going to say, of all people, Derek and Drow should feel this the most.
I feel it so very, very, very intensely. I'm not going to say that it hasn't gone by fast because it has gone by very fast.
Yeah.
But I definitely believe we've been doing this for a year. It's crazy to think though, because it does honestly feel just like yesterday. We were sitting in our original setup on the other side of this room, recording some Forbidden Lands, introducing Dreamin' and Cahoon and Kali, getting your butts dominated by a scorpion beast.
Excuse, we won that fight.
It's good times.
It got dominated.
Not before it kicked your butt.
It pissed its pants and died.
No, that was
Everything can piss its pants and die.
an orc.
That was very specifically an orc and another orc.
Oh, he didn't die.
He didn't piss his pants either.
No, he pissed his pants. Did he? I thought
No.
they both pissed his pants.
His
Their pants.
weenie was whipped out.
No.
No,
Why
that's
do
a
we make
different-
Are we
that's
talking
the-
about
potty
Cardinal?
That's the first joke. That's the first orc.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Then the castle orc pissed
Oh,
himself
no.
and died. And the third orc
boy.
pissed himself but didn't die.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
boy.
Well, on this note,
Oh, that's not a good note.
Birthday pissings.
I wanted to ask, we've been doing this for about a year. We've recorded, I think, and somewhere in the 50s in terms of numbers of episodes, especially if you include catching up. Looking back on all the content we've made,
all that vast content.
years worth of content.
Year worth of content.
We have a backlog. What, looking back, has been your favorite bit of content to record or listen to?
I hate to sound unoriginal after the mention of it, but that scorpion fight just still lives in a special place in my heart.
Does it live in your head rent free?
Yeah.
Well, no, because it collects a rent of fear. Because I can
Yeah.
remember the sheer
It's an emotional
fear.
tax.
I see.
Mood.
I just remember the adrenaline rush after I ran that fight. Like it was such a high. It was one of the most intense combats I think I've ever run as a GM. And it was only, 6 episodes into that season?
Yeah.
High intensity.
Boy.
I don't think we've had a fight quite that close on the podcast since then. At least
The cockatrice was close.
that was pretty close.
Was the cockatrice actually? I think the bug fight was closer than the
Bug fight.
cockatrice fight.
The bug fight was definitely scarier because you got criticaled in.
Nug almost died.
Yeah. This is in season 2. You got criticaled.
These people hurt. Oh, wait. This is season 3.
Yeah, shut up.
Jeez.
Christ, yeah.
You got criticaled in both of those fights, but the bug fight was dangerous because of how much armor it had.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get through to it versus you had already wounded the cockatrice by that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Drow, what about you? What do you look back on? What are your favorite bits of content to make or listen to?
I view the Forbidden Lands as the halcyon days.
Mood. That was a good time.
I knew exactly what we were getting into whenever we had that first run through of I always know where I am. Where are we?
Oh,
It just
iconic.
The literal opening scene.
it spoke volumes. And it stuck.
And it happened completely naturally. Like
It was not planned.
Sometimes you may hear editing where people speak all at once or stuff like that. Wasn't edited. That was just all natural.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That, back in the day, sort of reflected the fact that we are all a very close-knit group of companions. Because that was us interacting. This was not characters as much.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
And I do miss that.
The characters are just a veneer on top of us.
I think it would be really funny if I beat somebody up and they piss their pants.
Oh, man.
Do you think that perhaps our season 1 characters were like somewhat reflections of ourselves and our dynamic as a group? And that's why
Absolutely
I
not.
have no idea what you're
Dreamin'
talking
is way
about.
too competent for me to be.
and that's maybe why we connected them so
Maybe
much.
I think Cahoon is a little bit too feral for me.
You really think that?
I think
We're talking to the they chaos demon.
Sometimes
Gremlin.
when you get mad, you get feral.
You get feral. You have fight response.
I think the Cahoon was inside you all along and you just learned how to access
You
it.
just learned how to access
Isn't
it.
there just a Cahoon inside all of us?
that's gay.
And I'm uncomfortable.
Whereas I feel like while Cahoon was you tapping into yourself, Jacob, your season 2 character, Nug, was just you.
Yeah,
Kind of.
I'm Nug.
Yeah. Just you being you, but with a dumb accent on top of it.
I agree.
Oh, yes.
I feel like if Cahoon had been a little bit smarter, it would have been a better reflection of me.
Maybe. But part
hear
of
that.
Cahoon's charm was being a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Now,
13-year-old man.
Wolf.
yeah, Wolfkin, excuse me. A full adult, but still 13 years old.
Okay. There is nothing but mozzarella sticks and ska going on in his head.
A really weird 13-year-old. Drow's interpretation of a 13-year-old.
Okay. Back in the day,
Interesting.
whenever I was 13,
Mozzarella sticks and Burger King.
I still identified as a girl, and 13-year-old boys were the scariest motherfucking thing that I ever had to interact with.
Because
Oh,
of the
man.
mozzarella sticks and
That
Burger
just
King.
brings back memories.
Because of the
Because of the ska.
It's the ska.
It was all because of the mozzarella sticks.
Middle school was horrifying.
Jacob, what about you? What is your fondest piece of content that we've made or
Both of our parties from our seasons have had very good interactions amongst the group, but just some of the interactions between Dreamin' from the Forbidden Lands and the others, I still look back on fondly. I say like it's such a long time ago.
It's been a year ago.
It's been less than a year. I mean, technically speaking,
Since we started.
But like, I loved the interactions between our people in the Forbidden Lands. Listen, for any of you out there who like came here for The Witcher.
Yeah.
And stayed because you kind of liked how we interacted and played, you really should give Forbidden Lands a listen because the interactions there are even better. The little marital strife between Dreamin and Callie.
Where did the line blur between marital strife between Kat and Jacob is what I sometimes wonder re-listening.
The interactions between Dreamin and the awkwardness slash wholesomeness that is Cahoon as his son and just the little stuff. It's great. Not to mention, if I could right now, I'd probably play Forbidden Lands in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because it's a fun game.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, Halcyon Days.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think of my favorite thing to make. And I don't know. I got so many different things. Honestly, whenever we had Micah on as a guest,
that was going to be my guess for you.
Yeah.
That was a fun one. That had more interaction. It was
I crammed and I was up very late at night homebrewing that little side adventure we made, and we blended Witcher and Yeehaw. It's what inspired jumping to this season.
Yeah,
and that was great. But at the same time, nothing I don't think will ever give me such sadistic GM delight as whenever I had you guys explore Treatenbergville, or maybe not even explore, but whenever I just like
introduce the name
and drop the cliffhanger, the disgust that filled the room. Oh, it filled my soul with glee. Glee.
P.
God.
Wow.
Please, because I might have to go again if you keep talking and I just went.
300 world of the let's prompt
Gab.
before we make more P jokes.
No, we got some business to take care of.
Oh.
And it's not
It's
P.
P.
We need to stop.
This is the bad de-evolution.
There's one aspect of this game, one mechanic that we haven't touched on yet. That's pretty well baked into it, and we need to talk about it.
Seduction rolls.
No,
That's The Witcher.
that was The Witcher. Hero points. Hero points are part of the game. Hero points let you do certain things, and the game kind of assumes you're getting them handed out at a certain rate. They're very similar to what we've home ruled before with bottle caps. We've done that in Forbidden Lands and then The Witcher and other stuff as well. Hero points in this game, basically, you're expected to get one per every session or 4 hours ish of game time, and they let you basically re-roll a check, but you must use the second result. So they work a little differently from bottle caps.
Yeah.
And you can also spend all your hero points, minimum 1, to avoid dying. You do this whenever your dying condition would increase, and you lose the dying condition and go to 0 hit points. And you don't gain the wounded condition from it. So it's pretty cool. It's a good way to kind of, if you roll something bad, you can especially if it's really low, like a natural 1, spend a hero point and kind of protect yourself. It's literally kind of like plot armor.
Yeah.
But so I want to be able to use them as part of the system. And what I'm going to do is every 4 episodes, so this is the 4th episode of season 3, every 4 episodes, we're going to treat as a hero point kind of session, and you get one.
Will you still hand them out as rewards if something deserving happens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to that point, what I'm going to say, and this may be complicated and we may renege on it, but I will hand out, you'll get a hero point every 4 episodes. But the way hero points work is every time you get issued one at the start of a session or whatever, you also reset your hero points. So what I'm going to do is have hero points and bottle caps be separate, if that makes sense. Hero points are the game mechanic thing. If the adventure path hands out hero points for some sort of encounter, or you get your normal session ones, that's your one pool. I think you can have up to 3 hero points at any given time.
Yes.
So that'll reset every 4 episodes, but you'll get one every 4 episodes, just base. Bottle caps, which I hand out for cool moments and stuff, will work exactly like hero points do, but they'll use our same rule where you have a maximum of 2, and they don't reset. Does that sound good?
You can see the gears in Jacob's head turning right now.
Jacob is staring at the ceiling, thinking very intensely.
And when do hero points reset again?
Whenever I hand them out, so every 4 episodes,
You take them away and then you give them back.
we reset back. Basically, you reset and then you get issued a new one.
Agree. Okay, understood.
All good? And then
Thumbs up.
bottle
Means
caps.
use them.
Bottle caps will work like they always do, where you can have a maximum of 2, but they're separate from hero points. But we're not going to do anything complicated. They just function exactly the same. So instead of having them do like roll twice, take the better, or you can impose them on the GM or whatever, they're going to function mechanically exactly like hero points, but they're just going to be a separate pool that doesn't reset but has a lower cap. So that's that. We do a bottle cap thing every season. We did it with The Witcher. We did it with Forbidden Lands. It's part of our home game, inspired by a podcast group that we really like. So, yep, we're going to be doing bottle caps again. That's how it's going to be laid out. Is everyone good with these changes to the hero point / bottle cap system?
I find the terms acceptable.
Delightful.
Sure.
Then why don't we jump back into our thrilling Payday 2 bank heist with a prompt.
Get the body bags.
Centuries before the Star Stone was raised, the Wizard Kings, Nex and Geb, warred with one another, scarring the land between them into a devastated, unstable magic wasteland. From the glowing ashes of the Mana Wastes arose Alkenstar, the city of smog, a metropolis of airships, skyscrapers, factories, and clockwork wonders. To the world, Alkenstar is the pinnacle of innovation and determination in the face of insurmountable odds. On its streets, life in Alkenstar is a non-stop race to stay ahead of the competition. And it is here that a desperate group, hungry for revenge, living on the edge of the law, hunts for the ones who cast them out. Yeah. They are the Outlaws of Alkenstar.
Are there actual literal skyscrapers at Alkenstar?
Yes.
Yeet.
Like really tall?
I mean, fairly tall, yeah. Maybe not like modern day, New York City tall, but pretty tall, yeah.
Like steampunk world tall.
Cool. Mm-hmm. What was that building in New York that was built with the intention of having like a Zeppelin dock on the top of it?
I have no idea.
Is that true? I think that's it.
So, when we last left you guys, y'all was robbing a bank.
Empire State Building.
That's what I thought. I thought it was a well-known one.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, that's topical because there's Zeppelins in Alkenstar.
They're airships. They're
actually called dirigibles.
Take me on a horse-drawn dirigible there, sir.
I'm so glad I didn't try to do that voice.
Horse.
So you know how you can just see in some westerns the boots hanging up in the corner of a shot, and you know that somebody's been hanged. It's just that, but it's horseshoes.
They're swinging wildly.
Because of the wind up there.
Distressed.
Dang old swinging on horseshoes.
Distressed horse
Well,
noises.
it looks like we got one less horsepower on this dirigible.
My chaos
Horse-drawn-
gremlin friends.
A horse-drawn dirigible. It's just a horse got a drafting table with like a marker. It's just scribbles. All right, so
This is the 15th time that you've drawn carrots. Buttercup, we can't keep paying you for this.
when we last left our horse-drawn dirigibles, y'all was robbing a bank. Y'all had
Stick them up.
cleaned out a bunch of the clockwork handlers in this bank and had found the bank manager partaking in
heavy canoodling.
some heavy canoodling.
In a menage a trois -1.
You had taken the opportunity to squeeze the vault combination and some keys out of this bank manager.
We didn't squeeze. I just threatened her
scared.
lover.
I don't know.
I said I was gonna flay her alive, you know.
I called that
Usual drow
Alonzo
stuff.
did stab the bank manager.
threatened to squeeze
Okay,
their main
but the
squeeze.
bank manager shot Alonzo first.
For a whole fucking lot, mind you.
Yeah, I got wounded.
Wounded.
She got blood
DM.
on Alonzo's nice shirt.
Calm
What's
down.
he gonna tell his wife?
Shirt.
Calm down there, Han Solo.
Scruffy looking.
Scruffy looking nerf herder.
But you got the combination to the vault and one of the keys you needed. So now you guys are breaking into the vault itself. You've opened up the main vault door, and there's a secondary locked door, and inside there's 2 clockwork handlers. And that's where we left you guys. So why don't we
Roll for initiative.
head on over to Foundry and roll for some
And bark.
initiative.
I'm keeping detailed notes because I'm actually playing a character for whom I will need this. I did note that I already readied up my hand crossbow for a surprise shot if possible.
That's right. You were stealthing.
Yes.
Wink.
I was attempting to be stealthy and set up a crossbow shot.
Trying to be
Wink.
stealthy. All right,
Just
so are
saying.
you guys
Try to be stealthy.
placed where you intend to be on the map?
No.
I will be.
I'd be there.
How big? How many squares big will this doorway be?
10 feet.
Which 10 feet?
I'll be there.
Can you not see the vault door?
I see the door, but it looks like it's 3 squares.
It probably takes up an odd amount of squares on the map, but let's call it 10 feet.
All right, then I would like to be Yeah, I'm good there. Unless we open it and find out
imagining-
that doorway doesn't match up. But
I'm imagining I'm right on top of the door because I'm the one opening
Opening
it,
it.
trying to open it quietly.
Right.
I have my gun drawn and loaded.
Okay, then you've opened this door. They've, I'm going to guess, seen some of you.
And don't forget, we barricaded that manager in.
Yeah, understood. So,
She's
can you
also
guys see
very
into
hurt.
the vault?
Nope. Yes.
There we go.
Slightly.
There we go. Let me-
Okay, so
hate
I'll
it
let
when
you,
they do this.
if you want to make a stealth check for initiative, Alonzo, I guess I can let you, but like you're kind of in the open is the only thing.
If you want to be technical about it, he could have unlocked it and we'll
And
have
backed away.
me open the door.
Or we could have tied a rope to it.
If that's going to be the case, then place yourselves accordingly for that.
Okay, so then I will get
Swap.
Okay.
back here.
Oh, I see. There we go.
Okay, so then let's go ahead and do some initiative rolls.
Oh boy, rolling a new die. Okay, that's not bad.
So
It's
you're
not
allowing
great.
me to roll stealth.
Yeah, you can roll stealth if you're not going to be the one who opens the door.
Okay.
Hey, DM, real quick. From your, from as far as you can tell, have we been inside this bank for an hour? Or more?
Not yet. I've
Okay.
been keeping close track of time, and you've been in here about like 45-ish minutes.
Good.
Okay, so what did you get for initiative, you guys?
18.
Psych here.
11.
Oh,
Chester Williams.
18.
18.
I have 2 decks. I'm sure Alonzo has more than I do.
Yeah.
4.
Bark. Meow.
Wait, is this dex or would we be using wisdom?
Wisdom.
Or do we just decide?
You can just decide.
rock, paper, scissors.
You
Rock, paper,
can
scissors.
go first.
No, rock, paper, scissors.
I am letting
What's your wisdom?
Cat go first.
Rock, paper,
My
scissors.
wisdom's +1.
Mine too.
But you go
Just do rock,
first.
paper,
Okay.
scissors, please.
Oh, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I beat
I
Jacob.
feel like I should
Rock
have
beats
won.
scissors.
Because your hand can only make one real good motion. You didn't change it at all.
That's because I intended to do rock.
Okay. I
You
say
did scissors. I did
This
rock.
is
You just don't
beautiful.
want to lose.
I told you could go win and do this. I'll let you go first. I don't want to
I
fight.
shoot my crossbow.
Don't do that yet. It's not your turn yet. The DM says so.
Okay.
The robots might go first. It was Old Man McGucket.
Old
What
Man
the
McGucket would be
fuck
the
is
character
happening?
who would make a great inventor.
I'm sorry, but we talked about this.
Jacob.
This will be cut out.
Worst
It's fine.
possible timing.
I remembered because robots.
Yeah, robots.
Every episode we've done this podcast so far in season 3, I've had Old Man McGucket in the back of my mind because robots.
Are you saying Old Man McGucket lives in the back of your mind rent free?
all the time?
Yeah, he's homeless.
He's homeless.
Oh, man.
Poor Old Man McGucket.
Oof. So speaking of the robots,
Oh, okay. No, we're back into it.
the robots are in fact going to go first, or at least one of them is.
Knew it.
And he's going to be like, whop,
Dag nabbit.
whop,
Darn
whop.
fluting.
Actually, he can't get through the
He
door.
can't get in. He has to shoot a spear.
So he's going to spend one action to move towards the door, and then he's going to shoot his spear at you. He like pulls down a
His
javelin
pants.
from his arm and then like shoves it into this auto cannon thingy.
What?
and points it at you.
Sorry.
Do you have something to say, Drow?
They said pants.
Pants. He shoots his pants at you for
Wait, at who?
you.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Because you're right in the middle of the way.
That's what I thought.
That's going to be a 24.
Jeez, yeah.
Christ.
Not a critical, but not far from it.
Natty 19.
Oh, okay, thank goodness.
So that's going to be a total of minimum damage, 5
thank
points of
God.
piercing damage.
That's not great, but
It says thrown, but I imagine
Also-
him more just like shooting it at you.
I think that we're still bound. So that
What?
would be the lifelink.
I thought you did that with Alonzo.
No, you did that with Alonzo.
Oh, that was with Alonzo? Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Okay, so he does that.
ow.
He gonna do it again.
What? Does he have to reload?
Aha.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Haha.
Or at least I'm going to rule it as yes, because these things look more like they shoot them than just chuck them. That's what I'm going to rule for now.
Because
would have
machines
to-
were a mistake.
He would have
Yes.
to draw.
Don't
though,
tell
wouldn't
Psych
he?
here. Technology was a mistake.
Don't worry, child. I forgive you.
That is not convincing. Alonzo, it is
Never
your turn.
convincing.
I'm going to shoot my crossbow, which I have already readied and taken out, at
Okay.
the one that just hit my buddy.
It depends on what
Sure, go
Psyker
for
is
it.
trying to convince you of.
That we're forgiven?
That is a 21 to hit.
21. I think that's going to hit. I'm looking at cover. I think so. This doesn't change what just happened, but I think I'm going to have, as long as the bars are in place, lesser cover for both sides. 21 will still hit though. So go ahead and roll your damage,
Okay.
and you get your sneak attack.
I just looked that up. If you want to do sneak attack damage, you need to hit one that hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's gone.
We could
Yeah.
very easily have it to where you moved and shot the other one.
Well, you were still hidden though.
Yeah, I'm still hidden. I mean, I'm willing to move if that's what we need it to be.
Well, if you look at it this way, the way it works, like in combat wise, rolled stealth versus rolled perception, because its perception was higher, it saw Alonzo. Whereas the other one hasn't, because it hasn't gone yet.
Well,
It's
then I'll
kind of
just
the way
move
it's
first.
described.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I was using the stealth. I was comparing the stealth to the perception DC, but I guess you make sense because they literally did roll perception.
The rule specifically says they're flat-footed if Alonzo has rolled stealth or deception and it hasn't gone yet.
Yeah.
If we want to be technical.
Well, then I will use one of my 3 actions to move so that I can see the one that hasn't gone. Then I will shoot 21 to hit.
Yeah. So just go ahead. We'll just apply it to the other one.
I got a 2 and a 3. That is 5 damage.
5 damage. Now they will resist some of that.
2 of it.
And
We know.
We know.
I am going
We know.
to reload as my 3rd action.
Sweet. That's your turn. Chester Williams.
Chester's
Chester
going to be
Williams.
like, ow, that hurt.
It's got like a javelin sticking out of your shoulder, like Ark Survival Evolved style.
Yes.
Ow, that hurt.
He's going to use the math in his head and use his despicable deception,
Me?
devastating, devise a stratagem.
Holy shit.
Despicable, devastating, devise a stratagem. Triple DS.
That is a natural 20.
Oh.
So he is going to use his flintlock musket, which he has drawn, and he is going to shoot the one that Alonzo has already hit. And that is because this musket has, it's not deadly, it's
Fatal?
Fatal. My dice gets upgraded to a D10, and my musket deals an additional 1d10 of damage.
Wow.
And because I did devise a stratagem, I get, a d6 on top of that.
So roll your damage and then double it.
That's right. So
Does the devise a stratagem get doubled on critical?
yes, it's like a sneak attack.
Sweet.
So a d10 and the sneak attack. So double, that is 4 and a 2. That's 6 doubled to be 12.
Okay.
And,
then
then
you add
an
your
additional d10.
right.
A 7, What did I say?
19 damage.
12.
19 damage.
Yeah, so 19 total minus 2. He has 13 hit points left. If you want to describe it, go for it, but I just...
He just like leans before it moves and just pops him through his little, lit up thing.
It's like shooting the Watchers in Horizon in their little face.
No wasted efforts. And then he reload. No, he's gonna step back.
Not reload?
Not reload.
Sweet. All right, that's your turn. It is now Psycheer's turn. One clockwork handler down, one left to go.
So the one that is like 10 feet from the door,
Right.
that's the still available one.
Yes.
Psycheer is going to step up, and then
Oh,
they
no.
are going to scream at it.
Uh-oh. You walked up and I was like, uh-oh, that looks a lot like a cone. Okay, so I need to make a fortitude save.
Yes.
All right. I
DC
do
17.
have a good fortitude save.
Do you scream at it that it's forgiven?
I made the fortitude save.
No, it's not
But I
forgiven.
didn't critically succeed, so I take half
You
damage,
take
right?
half, yeah, so
Yeah.
that'd be 2.
2 points of damage, and I do take that because it is not physical.
Gasp.
All right. I think that's the first time that guy's been hit. Okay, so it's time to go around, and then top of the order in round 2 is going to be this guy. He just got screamed at. He's not a fan. He's going to block you on Twitter. I mean, he's going to shoot a javelin at you.
I think I'd prefer the javelin.
I did more damage to it.
No, you hit the other one.
You hit the other one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, natural 7 for a 12.
Nope.
I'm going to reload and do it again.
What is the problem? Cat got your tongue?
Oh, he's going critical. He's going critical
It
this
shoots,
next
Yes.
one.
it shoots past you, flies right over Chester Williams, hits his hat, pins it to the wall.
No!
My hat!
Oh, natty 12, but that's going to be... Oh, just 12, because multiple attack penalty. That's a miss. And I can't really do anything because that stupid door is closed.
Fuck your mechanical mother.
It looks at you, it points his finger, says, "Bwop." Alonso, it's your
Modem
turn.
noises.
Alonzo. I ain't a fan of this. And he shoots.
Yeah, kill him.
kill it.
14. That was not a good roll. Natty 7.
And that's not going to do it.
Didn't think so.
First action's that.
Reload for second action. And third action, I'm going to shoot again.
All right,
That's only my second attack penalty, right?
Yeah, -5, or second attack thing.
Nope.
Ooh,
13.
All right. Just the robot appearing. It's like, you know what grinds my gears? It's just like the automaton with no mouth. And then it shows a picture of Psyche here on the TV.
Quick question to the DM.
I'm grinding your mother's gears.
Quick.
Sweating. Go ahead.
Is this... Do I get the assumption through this that I can only do ranged attacks?
Yeah, unless you open up the door.
Okay, just curious.
the hate. Is it my turn, DM?
It is your turn.
Oh my god.
I'm going to roll devise a stratagem. Hey!
Is that a natural one?
It's a 15 on the die. So Chester is going to reload his musket. He's going to do that like... No, it's a musket, so I can't do fancy flip reload. He's a little pour, and then he pulls it up and he shoots over Psycheer's like between the shoulder.
I will say, because Psyche is also in the way
right
of the door,
between the tall ears.
you're going to have
I know.
standard cover instead of lesser.
It'll be a total of 22.
Oh, yeah, it still hits.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your
Good.
damage.
That's the wrong. That's the right. And I'll get my additional d6 because of devise a stratagem. That's going to be a 9 and a 5 for a total of 14.
14 points of damage.
It's a total of 12.
All right, it's still up.
Bwah,
Wah.
Not by much.
bwah.
If I had been able to hit it, it would have been down.
Like say, boo up. Speaking of psych here, you've just had a bullet go through, not through, but betwixt your ears.
It went directly through my skull. I am dead.
It's your turn.
GG.
Did he?
What do you wanna do?
You defeated the bad guy. I'm gonna yell at it again.
Okay.
I also love the mental image because you said we can't hear this. So it's just an open mouth hiss, but no
The
sound.
bullet flies over your head, and in fear you scream, and it hits him and kills him.
What's your DC?
17.
All right, I got another success with a 20 total. Dirty 20. So half damage for me, please.
2.
Oh, 2.
Clean your dice, man.
Oh, would you look at that?
He's dead.
And 2 hit points left.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah, you look at it, you go, oh, and it just breaks and dies.
Instead of you being the one that fades out, it fades out.
It lifts a finger and points at you. You open your mouth, and it goes,
Boo up.
boo up.
Shutting down.
That's robot for fuck you.
Now, the door. Is there another lock, or can we just open it?
We have
There is
the
a
key
lock
for that
but
lock.
you do have the key for it.
We have the key for
Then
all the locks
I'm
that should
opening
be
it.
opening this.
We need to be moving. We've been here.
While you open it, you've taken damage, right? No, I took
No,
damage.
you took damage, not me.
Could I treat wounds on myself?
Yeah.
I think you've
think
already
so.
done it in this hour, though. You entered the bank like right around
Yeah.
midnight, and
You're
it's
right.
Yeah.
not 1 a.m. yet, and I think you did that after your first fight.
You're right.
So it ain't time for that yet.
Psyche here turns around to face Chester and says, I cannot hear.
That's all right. You get
What?
You get
What?
your hands back soon.
Can
It's
y'all,
all right.
can y'all please shut up?
Louder than the sirens of the gunshot ever was. All right, so I'll open this little door for you.
I opened it up.
Okay, so let me describe what you see. in here.
Alonso's just angry that the loud gun did more than his crossbow.
What?
What?
What? Well, excuse me for having a damaging weapon that's loud.
Excuse
You know what deals more
me?
damage in
What?
my gun? A cannon. You know what's louder in my gun? A cannon.
What?
Exactly.
This chamber is lined with steel on the ceiling and floor. Steel
Ooh.
cabinets line the walls with each with 2 locks. In the center of the chamber is a steel table welded to the ground with an ornate steel chest the size of a burly dwarf on top.
Ooh.
A single outlet to the north has 2 doors, which is what you're coming in through. An inner door with iron bars and a massive outer door made of solid steel. So basically, it's your classic Payday 2 bank job. You got your steel table with the loot on it, this big old chest that we described going off air last time, and then deposit boxes.
I have
Was there?
a suggestion.
Yeah.
What?
So do
Those robots were on a predetermined path. It would make sense that there would be a pressure plate or something in here. Would you check that out for me, Alfonso?
Alonso.
What?
It's not to ruin the roleplay, but when it comes to seeking traps or secrets, I do have a +8.
What?
Well, we can't all have great skill checks, can we?
I drank a potion.
What would it be to see the trap?
Perception.
Perception.
Alonso just kind of grits his teeth and shakes, nods his head toward Chester to check.
I drank a potion. Let me have a hand at this.
What?
You stop that. You can hear just fine. That's a natural 2 on the die for a 9 perception or 10 for secrets.
Mr. Secret Hunter over here with his pretty fancy potion. You
gonna
find
throw up.
nothing.
Alonso's like, I could have done better.
You don't know that.
What?
It looked like I was perfectly competent unless you're metagaming. Yeah, it's fine, you guys. After you, Alonso.
Bitch.
Alonso heads forward. What reason does he have to not trust it?
You are about to get shunted out of the bed tonight, my dude.
You just see like 500 spears. Have you ever seen that dumb clip of the guy getting shot with arrows and just
Yeah.
like 100 of arrows? Alonzo just walks in. It's just javelins.
It's like being shot with the Mythbusters Mona Lisa paint gun set up.
Yeah.
Just all at once.
Oh my god.
The chest flips over. It was a trap, and just a cannon
mimic.
pops out.
Oh man, having a mimic in your bank vault would actually be pretty intelligent.
That'd be
pretty
cool.
awesome.
I'm afraid.
I go
now.
in.
Oh, I reload my gun.
Nothing happens when you go in.
Okay, let's go.
Good.
Yeah.
Christ on a cracker.
So, yeah, you see this chest. It's ornate.
Ornate.
It's got a combination lock on it, and then there are these basically deposit boxes around. And unfortunately, you managed to do it without the thermal drill on this level, but you didn't.
Beep, beep, beep.
No one packed the saw, so I don't know if you want to deal with all these deposit boxes.
God, a broke dick piece of shit drill.
The question is, can we fit
Christmas song.
this dwarf-sized? Can we fit it in our bag?
We can open the bag and put what's inside the chest in our bag.
I mean, I can unlock the box.
I
I'm
will
just
say,
asking.
no, you can estimate, because you've used the bag already to stuff broken robot arms into. It would take some doing, as in might require some checks, but you can definitely get the chest in the bag.
What's in the chest?
What's in the box?
Gotta open it up and find out.
Well, I mean, I can start trying to open it if it's going to be work.
It's 50 arrows
So-
all at once.
Do you grab the chest at all?
Now you're making me nervous to grab the chest.
I would rather open it on the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
If this shit is
Because that would
welded.
be natural.
So
Yeah.
if you want to try, you can try to crack open the safe or the combination lock on the chest. But yeah, you just know whenever you start touching it and interacting with the lock, this thing's real heavy. There's no way you're going to be able to carry the whole chest out without putting it in the bag.
Couldn't we just put the bag on over the chest and then shove it?
It's the only part of the bag that'll fit if you go over the end. And so you're going to have to manipulate the chest to do that. And what I'm saying is the chest is ludicrously heavy, and that would require some checks.
I want to try and open one of the safety deposit boxes, just cause.
Okay.
Well, I'll be working on the combination lock on the chest.
Sure.
And that wouldn't be a thieves' tools thing since it's a combination lock, right?
It would. I mean, if you're doing a thievery check to unlock something, it probably would be.
So you're going to do you're doing the chest, right?
I just
there,
asked-
Alonso?
Yeah, I'm doing the chest.
I don't have thieves' tools, so I can't do it. I can't do something while Alonzo does the chest. So forget that.
So you can tell, it's going to take a thievery check, and it's going to be a spicy one.
I have a question.
Yes.
I did a perception on the door to see if there are any pressure plates. Could I do a perception check on the chest?
Sure.
Traps or secrets, 17.
17. The chest is tightly locked up, but there's no traps that you can detect.
As far as I can tell, I don't see no pressure plates or traps on this thing.
You are the expert in these things. I mean, what?
You can hear me. You stop that.
Alonso,
You're half machine.
what's your thievery check on this
I
chest?
rolled a flippin' nat 1. So that was a 9.
Natural 1.
Yeah, I probably just break everything. Let's go home.
A natural 1, in addition to just, you critically failed the check regardless, but natural 1 will definitely seal that deal. That means your thievery tools break, I think. But if I remember right,
I've got the extras from the locker room.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
replacements. This thing's locked up tight, and you would need either a lot of time with it that you probably don't have, a day or so with it to bust it open, or someone who's much better at this to take a look at it. And you're pretty good with it, so it's a high DC. And then Chester, you said you were going to look through the deposit boxes.
If I can borrow Alonzo's lockpick set, yes.
Could
It's
I
the
just
last
scream at
ones I've
them to
got.
make them explode?
The locks?
Yes.
No, not mechanically. They don't have a listed hardness. You'd be damaging the stuff. And there's also a lot of deposit boxes. So
And it's a cone.
it don't work like that though.
I mean, I suppose you could borrow my thieves' tools. I just,
I'm going to go knock on the door and ask if there are keys to these things anywhere.
that's a good idea. So maybe while you're doing that, we should try to devise a way to get the bag around this super heavy chest, because I can't. Alonzo looks to Chester's. I can't open it.
What I'll say is, and you don't have to go interact with them necessarily if you don't want to. There's 2 keys on each of the deposit boxes.
One from the bank and one from the person who has the box.
Right. So it would be, you can try to break into it. It probably wouldn't be too hard. But there's a lot of deposit boxes, and like you've been here for 45 minutes already.
I want to open one.
Okay.
That one.
Make me a thievery check.
I promise I won't break your lock picks.
Does the lock on the chest have a hardness?
That's 14.
14 total.
Yeah. Why are you rolling? What's you rolling for?
You get lucky. You find these are pretty easy to force open. It still takes time, and there's a lot of them. But on yours, you find 2 silver pieces.
Hot dog! You got lucky. He pockets the silver pieces.
Do you have acid or something that you could mix together?
Not till about level 2.
I don't know what that means.
That's all right.
So yeah, I'm gonna say over the course of 5 minutes, you're able to force open one of these deposit boxes, and Alonzo, you realize that you're not gonna be able to crack this thing. We're going on 50 minutes now. What do you guys want to do?
We're gonna lift. It'll be Chester. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lift one side of this chest. You're gonna put the bag underneath it, kind of like you're trying to put the edge of a bag underneath something real heavy, like this chest. And then we're gonna pull the bag up over the edge, and we're gonna shove the chest inside said bag, and we're gonna get it that way.
Alrighty. Why don't you all make me athletics checks?
I was say, are we strong enough to do this?
Oh, ye of all 10 strength.
I know, right?
Oh, you get that right,
12.
boy. What is my athletics?
I added to athletics.
I technically.
Oh, I didn't do too bad.
18.
18?
17.
All right. Yeah, between all of you, you're able. It takes pretty much all of you to heave that thing in. And it's just really weird because you're like wrapping it around the bag of holding, or wrapping the bag of holding around it, and it's just, heave.
Chester's
and then just
on the table, both legs over the chest, just trying to.
you almost pull something and you just heave it, and it feels like it should come crashing down to the floor, but just bloop, into the pocket dimension.
This bag's pretty cool.
Like a feather.
Like a feather.
Alonzo's still a little salty that he couldn't undo the lock. He's a little sulky.
You calm down. It's a tough lock. We're in a bank. The fact that we could stealth into a bank and we're us with our level of competency is amazing.
Let us leave now.
Let's get out of here.
All right.
I'm going to knock on the door and say, hey, we're leaving.
Hey, DM, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
The way you described the room almost sounded like you were describing it as though we had found another entrance inside that room. Now that we're past getting into the bank vault, was there like more than one way to get in there?
The bank vault?
Yeah.
No, it's just a weird way of describing it.
Okay.
I mean, yes, there is an exit to the north, but that's also the way you're coming in because it's a vault.
So...
It's a vault, not a hallway.
As far as we know...
It's a vault. There's a pit boy on the ground.
All right, group huddle. Echoes of dreaming.
101.
Are we forgetting anything here? We got the bank. We opened a box. That's nice. We got the chest. Is there any piles of money laying around? Anything like that?
No, and yeah, with the boxes, like, given the amount of time it took you to open one, it would be hours going through all of it. You already know you've made a lot of noise tonight. And this is a quiet part of town, but the law could be down on you at any minute.
I have one request before we leave. If there are any contracts dealing with, and I'm going to drop out a character voice. If there are any contracts dealing with, like, absurd amounts of interest that is not in favor of the person.
Burn the debt.
Yeah.
Oh!
Set fire to the bank.
Burn the bank.
Burn the bank. Burn the bank.
Burn the bank.
A little bit less than the bank because there are some innocents in here.
Innocent's a strong word.
But I was thinking, they're just paper. Let's just fucking shove them into the bag.
I mean, there's not like documents for that stuff in here.
Dang it.
And not out by the tellers or anything?
I mean, the tellers aren't going to have that kind of information.
If anything, it'd probably be in the manager's office.
Yeah, or in deposit boxes.
Yeah, it's probably in the deposit box.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little bit sad that we don't have time to get through those deposit boxes.
I mean, I don't know. Did you take her ledger?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you would have seen stuff like that there.
Hey.
Maybe there's a few papers, but I mean, papers lot, read much, time little.
yeah, we just throw the papers in the bag.
Okay.
All right.
So are we leaving through the front or the back?
The back.
The back.
Okay.
The
All
back.
right.
The back. The back is on fire.
Not yet.
Not
one,
yet.
And one thing to note, I think we covered this whenever you started this
Yeah.
heist, but you did all put on your
Yes, the hats of-
and
Oh, yes. We
bandanas.
don't look
Disguising.
like ourselves.
I thought so. I know
Yeah,
we
I look
talked
like a
about it.
naked Sphinx cat.
Nice.
I look like Grimace.
That's right. We did talk about this. Oh,
I don't
forgot.
remember what I look like. Oh no!
Grimace.
It looks like I said. It looks
like you, but with a
Chester,
bandana.
but with a bandana on, because no one would.
It's like
that was a
Superman.
joke at the time. It's a joke now.
It's like Superman.
With the glasses.
Chester Williams, who are you?
It's like Perry the Platypus.
What's up? What is that? The home on the range. What'd you do with Uncle Slim?
What'd you do with Chester?
What did you do with Chester?
Oh, that's an
What'd
idea
you
for the
do
next
with
dumb character I
Chester
play.
Williams.
That's an idea for the next dumb character I
Ah,
play.
yes.
Just make one disguise check. Who are you?
You
play a
are
vigilante.
so goddamn lucky that I did not end up going with my bard
Oh no.
because I think you know exactly what I'm thinking now.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Let's get out of here before the cops show up.
Get.
We don't
Okay.
want the sheriff to come down on us.
So
You need to get.
let's move. Why don't you move yourselves to the back alley? I think you'll have to go through the doors.
Well, you move us to the back alley.
All right, I can do it if you want me to.
That would actually be much easier. Psych here, running around as fast as they can.
Running around.
At the speed of
Wait,
sound.
if Psycheer's going at full speed, do they stay bipedal or do they go on all fours?
They do, but they do go "Ah," while they run.
All right, so as you guys are leaving into the back alley, you got your loot in tow. You got
In
the
a bag, not in a toe.
you got it over your shoulder like Santa style with your bandanas on.
It's shoved down my pants.
This dingy cobblestone alley displays only traces of the once affluent nature of this neighborhood. The smell of refuse permeates the air. A weed-strewn yard behind a bank is enclosed by a chicken wire fence with razor-sharp coils of wire woven through the top.
Hold on. Didn't we come through this area?
Yeah.
A small footpath to the north leads to the door's backside. I'm just setting the scene again. A path to the south leads to a junkyard, while the alley continues east and west. So you know to go towards the south, right? It's like a block or two away to the junkyard that Phoebe Dunsmith told you about.
Yeah.
But literally, like right as you're starting to leave, you hear like on the cobblestone paths and sidewalks of the city, this like sounds like someone running, sprinting at breakneck speed.
Then let us sprint at breakneck speed away.
Let's get out of here.
And as
Time
you're
to
going,
get-
you just hear over in the distance, "Yes, deputy, right away."
Uh-oh.
And you hear like more shouting and indistinct noise.
Don't you do that.
You got to book it.
Yeah,
let's
go.
run. Let's get. I thought you were about to cliffhanger us. Let's get.
Get.
Let's get.
Okay.
G-I-T. Get.
Get.
It appears as though they have RUNNOFT. Run off.
Horrible, mean person. I was about to run off. I was about to make that joke.
Then be faster.
Points to self. I'm the one who run off.
I'm the one who run off.
Apparently I am.
Yeah, we
Yes,
book
we
it.
run. We get out of dodge.
All right, so
This
you
does
book
not
it.
have the same hit as Bark does.
No,
I'm so sad.
Bark was peak already.
Meowdy.
Meow.
Meowdy.
Are you in OFT?
We need to get like a sound bite, which is just a mechanical like meow.
Meow.
Like-
Meow.
Meow, brother.
Like meow as if Optimus Prime said it.
Meow.
So we run.
And so you run. You run and you start making your way through the back alley. You have to go like a block or two. And as you're running, you hear the footsteps getting close. It's not just like behind you. It also feels like coming in from different sides as well. Like there's a lot of people, at least like a half dozen, maybe more. You can't really tell. There's yelling, like they are on to you guys. You get the idea that like they've been booking it here, but like you're in this section off quarter of the city. It's taken them a hot minute to get here, but they've been making all haste after you.
However, did they find out we were here?
And you have to like weave through these back alleys to make your way to this scrapyard. You see it like down the alleyway. So, maybe it's a quarter mile of weaving in and out. And you get there and like the block of different tightly packed buildings end.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a comment there, Jacob?
I was just imagining Chester running, one hand pumping at his side, the other one holding his hat on his head.
I was imagining a Scooby-Doo Western-esque chase scene.
And you get in like the alley dumps into a wider street that kind of runs along this massive scrapyard. Like it's not just like a small lot of scrap.
It's a whole yard of it.
Indeed. It's like a couple acres.
I'm sorry.
Can I take away bottle caps? No.
Are you kidding me?
You're the DM.
That deserved one.
It's like a couple acres of scrapyard in the middle of this urbanish area.
And that's where we're supposed to head to, right?
Yeah, there's just like piles of rusty scrap metal. There's this huge tower looking thing next to kind of an opening entrance. It's rickety. Let me describe it for you here. Also, as you run up, you see there's a sign that's like fallen off and on the ground. It says the Smith Song Scrapyard, but it's like super rusty and faded. And you see this it's almost intimidating with like some weird bits of glowing light coming from behind some of the scrap metal. And you swear that you can't catch the faintest bit of wailing. Drow, you had a question?
I have a comment. Smith Song would be a great name for Ines family.
Beautiful.
But as you're running in, there is an entrance. I'm going to take you guys to the map here in a second.
The map?
But it's this kind of narrow entrance where that sign's fallen down next to, and there's this huge tower of like trash and scrap. Piles of discarded scrap metal, wood, and other garbage mark the edge of a path leading north into the scrapyard. Several bits of debris have recently collapsed into the entrance. Just west, a veritable tower of piled refuse wobbles precariously. The path opens to the north and the east into the scrapyard, or exits to the south into an alley between two buildings, or I more described it as kind of a road that it's headed into that surrounds this part of the scrapyard. Shouts and whistles can be heard coming from the direction of the Gold Tank Reserve from where you're headed. And as you start making your way, heading into the scrapyard, you can see like people with like lanterns and pistols out coming after you.
They have guns?
I know, shocker. What do you want to do?
I would like to collapse the tower.
Yeah, seriously. Once we get past, we collapse the tower.
Run past the
Why
tower.
don't I put you
Knock it over.
on the map?
Yes, please. Visuals.
Yes, please.
Map.
It's the map.
Time to fatten the whole sheriff's department.
Oh, this is cool.
To the north of us. That's a crane. The
Okay.
tower's to our
The
left.
claw.
Yes.
The claw.
All right, so yeah, you've come in here and you see that rickety tower. So you want to collapse it and kind of block off this entranceway?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe run past it and pop it with a crossbow bolt or
Or
something.
I could yell at it if I think that would disrupt it.
Okay, so
It is sonic damage.
I quickly assess it for structural balance and, knock out a pole.
Yes, I throw up little hedgehogs.
you throw up.
Yes.
It ain't
Hairball.
time for a hairball.
It's a hairball, but
All right.
half of it is scrap metal.
So if you want to collapse
Ow.
it, what kind of things you want to do? You said sonic.
Or shoot it.
It's going to take more than that.
I was going to say I have engineering lore
You can roll engineering lore.
to see if I could find a weak point.
And if that
That's
doesn't,
what I was trying to say. I assess it for a weak point and knock out a pole or
and if
something.
Yeah,
that doesn't
go
work
ahead.
out, I have crafting.
Crafting will work as well. Go ahead and roll your engineering lore.
Nice.
Dang it!
Oh, honey.
Another nat 1. I give up. That's a 4. I give
Honey.
this die. Give me another set of dice, Jacob.
Okay,
have your
so
dice.
what's going to happen is you try to clamber onto this tower to pull what you think is going to be like a linchpin and have it all fall down, but you slip and fall and you take...
Oh no, tetanus.
You take tetanus.
I got my shots.
3 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Chester will run up. Get out of my way. Hold on.
Oh, I am very hurt.
Make me a crafting check, Chester.
we don't still have the bond.
Yeah, no, it'd be too long for that.
I didn't roll a 1. I rolled.
I have 3 hit points. We gotta move.
That is a 6 on the die plus 7 crafting for 13.
13's also not going to do it.
Do I fall though?
No, you're fine.
Can I make a
Keep
second attempt?
Running.
Can I make a second attempt?
Wait, we should just run. We should just run now. We've taken too long.
Well, I mean, have we? Can we see, how close are they? Can we try one more time? Or are we
They're
out of
starting to
time?
come out of the alley right now.
Which is how far away from us?
I would like to disguise myself
maybe-
as a guard
Maybe 50 feet.
with the hat of disguise.
Well,
I don't know. Can you change your disguise easily?
one more time. I'll try and knock it down because I have a feeling knocking it down would help out a whole lot. I have plus 7 crafting. Cannot be that hard. That's a lot better. It's a 12 on the die for a total of 19.
You can only activate the head of disguise once per day. 19 total.
Yeah.
All right, that's good enough, and you can tell the tower starts to get loose, but you're not going to be able to knock it down in time. You need 2 successes. When
I'll
at
try.
that moment, you want to try? What do you want to roll?
What is this? Is this crafting?
You can do crafting if you're trained, engineering lore, or survival.
Survival it is.
Sure, go ahead.
12.
12, that's not going to do it. So Alonzo slides down. He's all cut up. Chester Williams, you make some progress on it. Psyche here's out there helping with you as well. And then you hear a voice coming from within the scrap heap. And it says, "Oh my God, knock it down. Fuck's sake, Longshanks." And you see this tiny goblin
Smash goblin.
skitter over the trash, and he says, "Run!" What do you do?
As in run or knock it? He said knock it down. Or do we run or do we knock it down?
We run.
Fucking run!
All right, we run. We run.
We run.
And he
I thank them.
hucks a bomb at
He's
it,
an alchemist.
I am in love.
and you can see the deputies are set up like a line. Maybe some of them have like taking pot shots at you. And as he hucks the bomb, just like imagine everything happening, frame by frame, slow motion style. The bomb lands, the fuse goes down, and then like one of those things where the fuse goes down, it looks like it does nothing, and you're
then,
like. Then the tower falls, and there's this loud cacophony of bits of metal just raining down, and it floods the entrance. And there's no other way into the scrapyard without climbing over this mound of dangerous, sharp metal. And the deputies start yelling, but as it like falls and starts splaying out, you hear a loud gunshot as this bullet comes straight towards Alonzo, like in slow motion, and then a like half of a broken safe falling down hits the bullet out of the way.
God.
On the other side of the scrap heap is Deputy Angelique Lovelace with her 2 different colored eyes, her pointy elf ears, and she yells out at you.
It's my enemy.
She yells out at you as she says, "Fuck! I'm coming after you. I always hit my target. And after I'm done with you, there won't be enough of your lead-pocked body left to identify. You hear me?
Just missed.
You'll pay for crossing my blood. pay in blood.
You tell Muglin we said hi.
Fuck you.
Alonzo just runs away and shouts,
And that's where we're going to pick up next time.
She sounds mad.
Just a little angry.
angry.
She may have some slight.
I love the mental image of almost getting hit by a bullet and something falls in the way.
Anger management problems. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at Third Gallon, that's THIRD Gallon. You can also tweet at us using the hashtag Third Gallon, and we are on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of the podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon. Our theme for this season is Delta Rust, composed by Andy Ellison. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work on his YouTube channel, Michael Ghelfi Studios. And you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.